So, guys, today we have another session of counseling with a client who has actually deemed it fit to share her experience with us. Like you guys know, I still remain Cosmas and former Rama, and here with me is
Miss Joy Chikeluba.
okay, Miss Joy. You're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
So, Miss Joy, please, can we hear from you, please?
For the past 1 year, 6 months, I've been suffering from anxiety, depression, sleepless nights, physical and mental stress.
Okay, so, what is actually the problem? Do you have anything that bothers you or anything you are thinking about? Why are you having this ugly experience?
Yes, sir, it started when I lost a relationship of 5 years. It all started December 2022. I lost a relationship that was built on my sweat, on my blood, built with everything I have. I lost that relationship least than I expected. This relationship has cost me the good relationship I shared with my parents, my siblings, my friends. It had made me a shadow of myself. We started from the scratch. I was building a future with someone who I felt one day I'll be called his wife. We did all sorts of menial jobs to feed. I was thrown out of the house because of this same relationship I had with this young man. We were struggling together, both feeding, accommodation. We did things together just to survive. All of a sudden, out of the blues, when God started remembering us, things began to change. He changed totally from the person I used to know. He comes home late at night. When you call him on phone to know about his whereabouts, he will shout, scream at you. Most times he ended up not picking the call. And when he gets back, it's around 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. in the morning the next day. And when you try to question his movements, it's either it ends up in beating, nagging, using all kind of words on me. I tried finding out what the problem is. If maybe something was keeping him out of the house at that ungodly hour, but to no avail. I tried reaching out to his friends to help me talk to him and advise him concerning him keeping late at night. But in turn, he will come back and beat me up till he threw me out of the house. He had gone about telling his neighbors all sort of demeaning words, telling them all sort of bad things about me. It stopped me from reaching out to friends, stopped me from working. I was a former sales rep in a supermarket. He would come to my place of work, cause trouble, beat me up and ask me to leave there till I got fired. And then when I tried getting other jobs, the same thing keeps happening. When I tried to reach out to friends, to talk to people, he used all sorts of mean words on me to make me feel less of myself, that I could no longer feel confident enough to talk to people. He seized my phone, threw my SIM card away. I could no longer relate to people properly. So this relationship, how it ended, he just, on a fateful day, after his usual drunken state, he came home, threw up everywhere. I did the cleaning, I did the washing. And then when he was a bit alright, I served him food and then tried to find out what happened throughout the night that he got drunk to that extent. And what I received was beating. He made a call to one of the numerous girlfriends he keeps outside. She came in, they both beat me up, tore my clothes, threw me out and my bag. And that was it. Whenever I go around that neighborhood, I'll be chased. I won't be let into that apartment. I tried reaching out to his friends as well, and everybody just shut me up. I could not know his whereabouts. I cannot make any calls as he has seized my phone before now.
Okay, since this incident happened, have you ever tried to reach out to him?
Yes, I tried using my younger sister's phone to go on his social media account, to send messages and the rest. But he has blocked my sister. His friends, same thing. They blocked my sister. So there was no way I could reach out to him. They were not picking our calls and the rest. Only for us to see a WhatsApp status stating he was engaged to another woman after everything we have been through.
Okay, so as at the time of the relationship with him, was he actually making it open to you that he intended marrying you?
No, he wasn't. He never for once told me he was not going to marry me. We started this relationship based on it was going to end in marriage. He promised me marriage. When I was thrown out of my father's house, he was telling me he was going to marry me. That we are starting together and we are going to last. We are going to test all kind of pains, that whatever we are going through now, it's for the best. That will end up together. He did not, if he had told me, I would not have continued with the relationship.
You have to take it easy with yourself. Please calm yourself down, please. Please calm yourself down, please. I'm sorry about this situation, but you just have to calm yourself down. All right. You said you actually lost your relationship with your family as well because they threw you out of the house. Okay. When you're actually in relationship with the same guy, after he told you to stop working in the supermarket, so what were you actually doing? Or were you just staying at home? Like, what were you doing that was actually giving you money, fetching you some money that you are using to sustain yourself? Or were you wholly relying on the money he was giving you?
I was solely dependent on him. He would not let me work.
Okay, so since he ended this relationship with you, so what have you been doing? Have you ever engaged yourself into anything since then, or you are just staying at home?
I've been unable to keep a stable mind, and I can't practically handle any job for now because mentally I am stressed, physically I am stressed.
Alright, Miss Joy, my advice for you is this. You see, it is always important that as you are actually maintaining a relationship, it's always important that at least as you are investing on that relationship, you try as much as possible to also invest on yourself. The parties concerned, apart from investing on the relationship, should also invest on each other. So just like now that everything has already collapsed, you don't have anything tangible doing, that would have been what we were meant to do as at the time of that relationship. Investing in yourself, maybe learning skills or looking for something tangible doing, so that if anything happens, of course, you have something to fall back at. Then also, you also have to reconcile with your family. You have to make that with your family. Try and make sure that you reconcile with your family. You say that you had issue during the relationship with your family. It's also important that please you make peace with your family members. And also, currently you're also required to please be don't stay alone, don't always be indoor. Make sure that you stay around people, make sure that you stay with people who are positive minded, people who are actually encouraging, and the rest of them. And if you know anything that actually entices you, that thing that makes you happy, maybe if you're a church type, or maybe you are reading any novel or any book that you think that is interesting, that whenever you are reading it that it makes you happy, if it is movie, if it is going on social media, please ensure that you do all these things. You can decide to be attending church programs, you can decide to be attending some training programs, you can decide to be picking up some interesting novels and be going through them. Anytime, any day, that thought of that relationship comes in, please look out for something to engage into. so that you not continue dwelling into the thought of that relationship. It is very, very important. So you have to love yourself. You have to love yourself. Make sure that see yourself as somebody who is lovable as well. Life does not end in relationship. And also, it is also important that you remember at any given time that it's not every relationship that leads to marriage. Even though that he was promising you, telling you that he will marry you, you should also remember that every relationship does not necessarily have to lead to marriage. So you have to work on yourself, love yourself, read some interesting novels, engage into some activities that will make you happy, that will take your mind away from the happiness or whatever thing has already happened. You just have to forge ahead and live your life. That is not the end of your life.